Hi, thanks so much for joining me today. Today we are talking about your health and specifically, what is it worth to you? So get something to drink, hang on, and join me while we talk about your health and what it's worth. Hey there, sisters. Thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Erica Eller, and I am a certified wellness coach, and I help high achieving women increase their net worth, both financially and relationally, by managing their stress to beat burnout and revitalizing their health. Thanks so much for joining me today. Again, we are talking about your health and what is it worth to you. There is a saying that if you invest in your health now, you won't have to pay for sickness later. And we hear the words, but how often are we actually applying them? Because maybe investing in your health, that doesn't seem like the fun thing to use your money and your time for, especially if you're struggling in your health. What we want the quick fixes. We want the fast wins, and we want the immediate change. But we've got to ask ourselves, how often is change, actual lasting change, how often is it done quickly? Think about it this way. If you want to move, where like you're moving from one house to another, and it can be locally or it can be across the country or even internationally. But if you want to move, that is a process. That change takes time. You have to go through the steps to decide where you want to go. Where is the ideal place? And there you have to find a specific location. Once you've identified the area that you want to be in, then you've got to find the actual home. And then if you have a house to sell, there's a process to prepare your house to be on the market. You have to pack, you have to actually physically move, load everything into the trucks, and when you get there, then you have to unpack. It's not a quick process, believe me. If you're changing your job or your career, it's the same type of thing. There is a process that you have to go through in order to make that change happen. There are things that we can change pretty quickly, like our hair color or our haircut, and that gives us some quick change. We can change our clothes, we can buy new shoes, we can buy new makeup, new handbags, jewelry, and those are the things that we're spending our money on because they offer quick external changes, and it only lasts for a short while, right? Because the purse that you bought last month, well, maybe next month it just kind of loses its interest, right? It's not as shiny and new anymore. And that's what we're investing our money and our time in. And we think if it offers a quick change, that's what's giving us that quick feeling of satisfaction. But that's also maybe the same mindset that we apply to our health. We look for the easy button. We want to know what's the quickest, the fastest, the cheapest, and easiest way to change our health. But yet as a nation, we see that fast fixes aren't working because the weight loss industry is a $70 billion industry. And frankly, I'm kind of surprised that it's that low. And stress is costing us $300 billion as a nation in sickness and loss in productivity. Quick change is not sustainable. Extreme diets and workouts don't often give lasting changes. Restricted eating plans and intense changes in how we approach working out aren't ways to invest in your health for three particular reasons. The first thing, like I said, it's not sustainable. I've shared my personal story about how I was over-exercising and under-eating, and I'm actually surprised that I was able to keep that up for the length of time that I did. It was probably about a year and a half that I lasted that long with that particular lifestyle. But when I hit the wall, I hit it hard. And it took me a really long time to bounce back. There was zero exercise that I could be doing for about 9 months. All that I could do was walk the dog, and even that had to be in very short time frames because I was exhausted. I had completely burnt out. The second reason is you don't get to the root of the problem. You're not addressing stress. You're not looking at why you're overeating, and you're not looking at what is causing hormone imbalance within your body. We simply want to mask the symptom, but not get to the root cause. And the third reason why you don't want to be incorporating quick change strategies is that you're only looking at immediate gratification, and you're not necessarily thinking of long-term benefits or gain. When we do something that is meant to be a quick fix, a fast win, then it's very easy for us to lose focus of why we actually started, and then we realize this is way harder to actually keep up with because it's so very different from the life that we were leading before, and so we quit. And the weight loss industry shows that we do this on repeat. We basically make goals, we start strong, we lose focus and the drive, and we don't see the quick results, and so we quit. Rinse and repeat. And it's like in January 1st, you go to the gym and it's impossible to get a spot to park, and you can never even find a spot to work out in the gym because there's so many people. Everybody has this new determination to get healthy, right? But if you wait a few weeks, you go in mid-February, there's plenty of room because people have quit. They've lost focus, they've lost motivation, and they're basically back to normal, right? It wasn't sustainable for them. And we may also think that we know what we need to do and we can just do it ourselves. We maybe just need a little bit more discipline this time to make it happen. But yet, common sense isn't always common practice. And I heard Brendon Burchard say that at an event a few months ago, and it struck me hard because I thought, oh my goodness, how many times do I know what I need to do, but I don't do it? And am I actually asking for help, or am I winging it because I think I already know the answers? I know what needs to happen, so I don't need to enlist help, and I can do it on my own. And in his book, High Performance Habits, which this is an amazing book. It truly was life-changing for me because he addresses the necessity of caring for our bodies in order to improve our performance in life and to live a life intentionally. In order for us to be present, we have to feel well. That is the base. So getting to the root of why we feel unhealthy, unfocused, and unmotivated is where we need to be investing our time and our resources. Getting help from a coach to transform how we approach our health is worth the life that we create through that investment. So what are some reasons that you might want to hire a coach? What are some reasons that you want to make that investment in 2019? The first reason is that you want someone that's been in your shoes and has the empathy for where you are and where you're going. And that right there helps to personalize your coaching for the life that you are leading right now. You don't need a cookie cutter program that approaches the same aspect of how to make a change for everybody, because we all have very different lives and our bodies respond to things in very different ways. So why would you utilize a program that's basically created for the masses? The second thing is you want to hire a coach because they have a well-rounded approach towards health. If you're looking at a coach that is really specific in one area, such as they are focused solely on a specific diet or maybe a specific training program, then that might not be the best approach for you simply because it's not well-rounded. You're not looking at health as a whole. You're simply trying to take one piece of that particular puzzle to make a change that impacts everything. The third reason is you want someone that's going to see your blind spots. You want someone to uncover maybe some of the things that you've hidden away. And that could be your lifestyle, that could be your mindset, that could be your environment. What are some things that you've just kind of assumed as it's a normal thing in your life and that's what it is? And how maybe could someone come alongside you and make that change? The fourth thing is, kind of along that line, is they hold you accountable. It's not enough to create a goal without a plan to get there. And so a coach will hold you accountable in each of those steps needed to get you to your goal. In order to get to your goal at Z, you have to start with A, and there has to be steps in between that get you from A to Z. And the fifth and final reason that you want to invest in a coach is that they have been trained and certified to promote lasting change in you, not just a quick win. Looking for a coach that has been trained in the systems of change and the psychology of change is really important, because we can't just look at something and say that if you just change this, then everything else is impacted. We have to look at why are we doing things the way that we've been doing them, and what are the steps necessary to change that model of reference for us. So as you ask yourself, and as you think about how maybe you want to approach your health, and asking what is the effect that your current state of health is having on your life as a whole, you need to be asking, what is it costing me to not invest in my health? What's it affecting? Ask yourself those questions. Is it affecting your work, your relationships, your sleep? Is it affecting your productivity, your focus, your weight, your immune system? Is it having an impact on your ability to meet goals? Is it having an impact on your joy and your overall fulfillment in life? I have a group program that I'm so excited to be launching again in January at the end of the month called Revitalized Wellness. And if you're looking to make that lasting change, if you're looking for a holistic approach because what you've done in the past hasn't necessarily given you that change, and every year you're looking for something new to do because maybe this will be the magic answer, then head over to ericaeller.com/revitalized wellness and take a look at my 12-week intensive group coaching program, where together we get to the foundation of health, which is stress management. We don't focus on a particular eating plan or a specific workout routine, but we look at your lifestyle, your mindset, and your environment to see how it's impacting your sleep, your diet, your exercise, and the symptoms of stress that you may be experiencing. If you're ready to invest in your health for 2019 because you know that you were created to make an impact and you can't allow your health to hold you back any longer, then click the link below to join a movement towards revitalized wellness. I'll see you there.